Hello and welcome. We're diving deep into the weather situation over Tamil Nadu. We've got heavy rains right now, and there's talk of a potential cyclone on the horizon. Let's break down what's really going on.
So there are two huge questions on everyone's mind, right? Is this downpour going to keep going? And what's this about a cyclone? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut through the noise and give you the clearest picture based on the latest analysis.
Here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at the new weather system that's driving all this rain. Then, we'll check out the impact it's already had. After that, we'll get into the immediate 24-hour forecast, and then the big one, the potential cyclone. And finally, we'll pinpoint exactly who needs to stay on high alert. Okay, let's start at the very beginning, the source of it all. There's a new circulation that's popped up in the Bay of Bengal. You really can't understand the rain without understanding this system first.
So, here it is, the main player right now. It's called an upper air cyclonic circulation, or UAC for short, and it has formed over the southeast Bay of Bengal, sitting pretty close to Sri Lanka. You can think of this as the engine that's currently powering all our weather.
So, what on earth is a UAC? Sounds super technical, right? But it's actually pretty simple. Imagine a giant, spinning pattern of wind way up high in the atmosphere. It acts like a huge vortex, sucking up moisture from the sea. That moisture forms clouds, and, well, you know what comes next: rain. It's the starting block for this whole event.
Now, this system isn't just sitting still, it's evolving. Right now, it's a UAC, but over the next 36 hours or so, it's expected to get stronger and organize itself into what we call a low-pressure area. That basically means it gets more structured. From there, the forecast shows it heading towards Sri Lanka and then into the Gulf of Mannar.
Okay, so that's what's happening up in the sky. But what's the real story down here on the ground? Let's take a look at the actual impact this thing has had over the last 24 hours. Whoa. Just look at that number, 82 millimeters. That was the highest rainfall recorded, and it was in Mudinja Patti in the Tirunelveli district. To give you some context, that is a ton of rain in a really short amount of time. That's the kind of rainfall that can definitely cause some local flooding issues.
And it wasn't just a freak event in one place. This table shows the top 5 spots, and you can see a really clear pattern here, right? Heavy rain across Tirunelveli, Thoothukudi, and Tenkasi. This tells us the system's impact is pretty widespread across those southern districts.
All right, so that's what's already happened. What about what's coming next? Where is all this moisture going? That brings us right to the forecast for the next 24 hours.
Okay, the main focus is still squarely on southern Tamil Nadu. If you live in any of these districts, from Dindigul all the way down to Kanyakumari, you should be prepared for moderate to heavy rain. This is absolutely the area of greatest concern for the next day. Now, for the rest of the state, it's more of a mixed bag. In the north and central parts, including places like Chennai and the Delta districts, you can expect some light to moderate rain here and there. Over in the west, in the Kongu region, places like Coimbatore and Erode might see a repeat of yesterday, with some spells of moderate to even heavy rain.
And of course, weather doesn't stop at state lines. Kerala is looking at widespread moderate to heavy rain. Southern Karnataka is also expected to get some heavy rain, while southern coastal Andhra Pradesh will likely see some lighter showers.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit. We've talked about the here and now. Let's look at the near future. And that brings us to the question that's probably on your mind. What about this cyclone? Is it really happening?
So, here's the timeline that the forecasters are watching very closely. Around November 23rd, a brand new cyclonic circulation is expected to form. By the 25th or 26th, the models show it moving west-northwest right towards Tamil Nadu. And this is the critical part, it has the potential to get much stronger, becoming a deep depression or maybe even a full-blown cyclone.
This, of course, leads us to the most important question of all. If this thing forms and gets strong, where is it going to hit? Where will it make landfall?
And this is where we have to be 100% upfront with you. The honest answer right now is nobody knows for sure. There's just no agreement among the weather models yet. Even the really reliable European model is spitting out different answers every time it runs. So the bottom line is, we won't have a clear idea about a landfall spot until this system actually forms and we know its starting point. Anyone telling you otherwise right now is just guessing. So, with all that information, the rain we have now and the potential storm in the future, what's the big takeaway? Who needs to be paying the most attention? Let's get into our final and most important section. Looking at the next 2 to 3 weeks, these are the regions that really need to stay on high alert.
We're talking about the southern coastal districts like Thoothukudi and Ramanathapuram, as well as Sivaganga, the coastal delta areas, Mailadurai and Puthukottai. These places are especially vulnerable given their location.
So let's end with the single most important message from all this analysis, and it's directed at farmers and anyone living along the coast in those areas we just mentioned. Staying vigilant isn't just a suggestion, it is absolutely essential. The next couple of weeks are going to require a lot of preparation and paying very close attention to official updates. Because the real question isn't just about what the weather is going to do, it's about how well prepared we are for whatever comes our way.